Awesome.
Okay, checking to see if we are audible across my phone. Oh, it's interesting. I believe, Doug, your AI note taker wanted to join us as well. I am going to.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put it away.
Not today. Not today, note taker.
Not today. Oh my goodness, so cute. Oh yeah. We were just going to talk about AI, right? And then we also have our marvelous AI note taker, always want to be with us. And thank you so much, Doug from Exabits, for joining us today. And as also we have Alex from Nimble. We would like to talk about interesting topics, right? Decentralized AI and decentralized compute, and also the data that we have over here. But of course, first thing is we would like to invite our speakers to introduce themselves. How about us starting from Doug? Thank you.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. I'm just super excited to have connected with Nimble. My company is called Exabits. I'm the CMO. I've been in the Web3 space since 2019, and I started with a company called QuickNode, which is an RPC provider, a blockchain infrastructure provider. Was the first employee there, worked and scaled that team, and then I joined the Exabits team about a year ago. Super bullish on AI Web3 for a couple reasons. Number one, obviously the business use case. Obviously, this is the space to be in, right? This is where everything is headed. But also, from a personal and from almost a civic, I guess you could say, standpoint, my firm belief is that if we have centralized AI, we're going to be in a world that we don't want to live in. We're going to be in a world that's oligarchic, that is controlled by a few enterprises and a couple of governments. That's not what we want. Decentralized AI provides us with a future that we want to live in. Our exocortex, controlled by these oligarchic enterprises, is not good. But if we have dominion over this, if we have a say, if the people have a say in how this is built, deployed, and delivered to the people, then we have such an incredible tool with AI. So that's kind of my soapbox, and I'll pass it over to you, Alex.
Nice. Thank you so much, Doug, for letting us know about the importance of decentralized AI. And we're going to dive more into that topic. And Alex, welcome back to our AI panel. Oh my goodness. How's everything?
Hey, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yesterday I was out for the cold, but now we're better. So hey everyone, how's it going? Super happy to be back. Doug, great to have you on. And yeah, I fully agree on the decentralized side of the AI. That's what we're trying to also achieve with Nimble. It's like, break down all these barriers for like actually getting into AI and building your like AI agents and so on, because you have huge barriers, centralized ones like expensive server farms to build, right? And then access to data, and all of this is it's not cheap, and it can be controlled in various ways. But yeah, for those of you on the Exabit side, Nimble is just an open AI network. We aim to like have developers basically build, own, and monetize their AI agents. You've heard this for a while, and kind of the mantra is ABA, sharing economy, as much as possible, right? You're a developer, you want to build your agent, monetize it, even with like a few hours of work a day or less and so on. You do it just like you used to, right, with Uber, extra after work, or just, as a full-time gig. So yeah, super happy to be here, and let's get it started.
Nice.
Woot,
Thank you
woot.
so much. Yes. Yeah, continue, Doug, please.
Oh no, I just said woot, woot.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah. Well, the first question, of course, we would like to ask Doug is, what is decentralized AI? Can you explain, compare with the centralized AI? And if you could name some projects that we are familiar with, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Sure. So decentralized AI offers the ability, like I said, for individuals, for the people, for developers, for academia to build and deploy AI in a meaningful way. That is the very top level of when we say decentralized AI. That's what we mean. Centralized AI is left to major enterprises to essentially control, without transparency, how AI is built, developed, and deployed in a way where we don't have access to develop an understanding of what actually is being built and how that actually impacts us. If we look at just social media, for example, and over the past 10 years, the way that social media has changed the way that we think. I remember I'm like, I'm Gen X, so I'm in a different world than you guys are in. And I remember a day when the idea of handing our data to a corporation, inputting our data into a website seemed absolutely insane. But we've been conditioned over time to just do this because we want to participate in Facebook, we want to participate in Instagram, we want to participate in TikTok and these different platforms where we communicate with one another and we share ideas and things like that. This is not what we want for AI. We don't want to soften ourselves and ultimately have our intelligence that we have accrued over the entire span of humanity given to and advanced from these organizations that we don't have any contact with or conversation with. So that's kind of the high level kind of social view of it. And then when we get more into Exabits and how Exabits is approaching decentralization, I'll speak a little bit more on the technical side.
Got it. Thank you so much. Yes, and yeah, thank you for clarifying the concept of decentralized AI, right? And definitely it has so much potential and will be exciting to see how it evolves in the coming years. And also over here, we'd like to go over to Alex. Alex is our marketing lead at Nimble. We know that, yeah, recently just came back from so many places from around the world, right? From South Korea to Singapore and then later on to another event, right? So do you like to share some insights of Nimble's experience at Token 2049 and the exciting upcoming plan that you might also have for DevCon as well? Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so at Token, we actually co-hosted 2 events. One was with the Hemra and Story Protocol called GrowthCon. That was the first day of the week, and then we also participated in AI5. It's like pretty cool event. With other ones where Sin, our founder, was on the panel and talking about like the applications of the AI notebook and kind of how that just why we need a notebook in the first place, and then why it's easier for AI startups to come in with their data to be able to just build these agents and publish their API on the chain, so that this way they can get monetized. So yeah, this was super exciting on the token side of things. We spent a week there. Made a lot of partnerships or potential partnerships, discussed integrations. So that was really cool. And then before that, yes, we were in Seoul, right? That's right. Around the same number of teammates. Just kind of going around, and you'll also see some cool videos from us. I shot a lot of like little shorts with many members, Andrea from Story and all others, just kind of like asking them, okay, what do you think about the future of AI? How can the company change AI and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much how it all went. And for DevCon, we're actually planning an event. So definitely stay tuned, whoever is in town in Bangkok. I'm actually based in Bangkok right now. So yeah, this should be pretty awesome.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, since you're based in Bangkok, so it's just going to be super convenient for you to go over to DevCon. Wonderful. Okay. And I see that, wow, we have, over 400 live views over here on Binance Live. And we also got another 400 views on our Twitter live streaming as well, which is amazing. Thanks so much everyone for joining us. Let me double check if we got some comments. Oh, interesting. Yes, we already got comments over here. And we would like to also, ask Doug another follow-up question, right? Talk about decentralized AI. So what are some misconceptions about decentralized compute? Thank you.
Yeah, so in the compute space, which just to give a little bit of context, compute is the oil or the water, some people say, of AI. The three major high-level components of AI are data, the model, and then compute. And compute is just one layer up from the power grid, which is another component to AI, which is a serious conversation at the moment. And the thing about compute is that there's in Web3, there's a lot of narratives. And this is the thing. So I have a love-hate relationship with my brothers and sisters in Web3. It's like because there's these ideas and there's these narratives like, hey, what if we get all the computers and all the phones and we sync them up into this power grid type of network, and then we sync those with AI training and inference? It would be a miracle. Unfortunately, that miracle has not come to fruition. Unfortunately, that miracle of just adding a bunch of random devices into a network and powering real AI training and inference is not a reality. And while I am bullish on continuing the build in these spaces, we have to be grounded in reality in Web3 and in decentralized AI in order to offer real, actual solutions to these real problems. And so the way that Exabits looks at this is, instead of doing the marketplace thing where we're pretending that we have a bunch of random devices that are powering a network, our first mission is offering useful, solution-driven compute for real AI projects, deployed from real AI data centers. And in fact, we were just talking about Singapore. We have a new data center that we spun up in Singapore, and we actually had an event where the elusive GPUs, the elusive H100s, we brought people into the data center and deployed an LLM right there. Here's the H100s, here's the data center, and voila, we are deploying a H100 cluster for an LLM right here in front of you. And so that is the big thing that we're super that is important to Exabits. And then the way that we look at the decentralized piece goes back to the people. It goes back to ownership. It goes back to the people having a say in how AI is deployed and distributed and owned. And so we're fragmenting the GPU compute and offering this, and we're tokenizing it. So anyone, literally anyone can, this is the currency of the future. This is useful compute for AI is so rare that, Sam Altman has said on many occasions, this is the currency of the future. So we're way ahead of this. People don't quite understand the reality of this yet. This is more valuable than gold. This is more valuable than Bitcoin. And we are offering compute as we're tokenizing it and offering it so anyone can have ownership of it. And I think I went off on a tangent there, so hopefully that answers your question.
That is just marvelous. Thank you so much, Doug, for sharing some of the common misconceptions, right, regarding decentralized compute. And of course, over here, we're also going to talk more about AI, right? And Nimble, recently we see the slogan of the AI sharing economy, and we'd like to double check with Alex. Do you mind to tell us more about it? What exactly is the AI sharing economy? Thank you.
Yeah, I touched a bit about that. Actually, I kind of wanted to address Doug's point, because we do have a lot of GPUs on the network, right? Kind of using this proof of commitment model, so committed GPUs per se. And then we do talk about like a way to ensure there's like a robust cluster that, once, we have, again, AI tasks to be fully completed, because right now it's kind of like GPUs pinging to the network all the time and saying, hey, I'm active. And before moving to the proof of commitment model, we did have this like real like AI tasks that were completed, per se, like simulated ones. So it's an interesting idea to actually see that, yeah, definitely, like having this robust layer of GPUs that you can rely on at any point for AI transactions is key, especially when you need to scale. I think the thesis of decentralized compute is like the ease of scalability. But yeah, interesting to see, Doug, maybe like your perspective afterwards, is like how easy it is to scale per se, right? As for AI sharing economy, yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, right, like building an AI agent has so many layers to it, and that's why we have the notebook itself, basically the toolkit where you can take the data that you have, then you can label it, and then once you label it, you kind of run it and then do all the simulations to actually do the training and inferencing for that specific AI agent. And then you can do back testing, you can do ML ops. So it's like like a one-stop shop, so to speak. And then, you're a developer, maybe you're a house of developers who just want to focus on this in the future. That's kind of what we envision. And, let's say you want to build diagnostic AI agents for doctors. You deploy the APIs, then companies who maybe sell to doctors, because I think this is more realistic, would come in and say, okay, we want access to this. Then they pay, and this way developers get paid. That's how they monetize their agents, and then everybody's happier in the end, and it has a real impact. So that's the idea with AI sharing economy, right? Back in I used to work at Uber, so back in the day, the thesis was there was this, the product was called Uber Pop. The first idea, where you come in, let's say you commute out of Manhattan, and then you have this route, and then you can actually take maybe 3 people on the way by like diverging a little bit off the route. So this way you actually made some money while you went back home if you didn't want to commit full time. Or people who are like, I don't know, stay-at-home dads, who are just like, hey, my kid's sleeping for 3 hours, I'm going to take the car, ride for a little bit, make $300 per day extra, saves with groceries. So same with the agent, maybe stay-at-home moms and dads can build their agents at the tap of the button, and monetize that.
Hopefully we can build our AI agents to just go to work for us, right?
That'd be great.
Maybe I'm an AI agent.
Well, I do hope that we could have our in real life AI tools, right? That would definitely help us to solve a lot of questions. And next, we would like to also learn more from Doug as well. Can you explain how Exabit delivers compute and the current revenue traction? Thank you.
Yeah, so I appreciate you asking that. So the way that we develop, or the way that we deploy AI compute is, again, we focus on a useful business case first. We offer our clients top tier compute deployed from AI ready data centers. And it's so critical because it's a GPU cluster. It's a very sensitive, to deploy for training, to deploy for high level inference. There's many physical and technical components that are required to deploy a cluster of H100s. And so that's mission one, is deploying from AI ready data centers, H100, A100, 4090s, these rare 1% of GPUs in existence that are useful for AI. That's mission number one. And what was the second part of your question?
Well, regarding the current revenue traction.
Oh yeah,
things that you mentioned,
awesome.
business model, right? Thank you.
Yeah, and so that kind of proves the case for Exabits, right? Like we have we're supplying many of our dear partners in the Web3 space with AI ready compute, and across Web 2 as well. And we're currently running at an $8 million run rate. So that means that we have monthly recurring revenue from across Web 3 and Web 2 that are utilizing on the demand side our compute. And so we're really excited to be offering this, and it's enabling us to scale. You were talking, Alex, about like what's the scalability, and that's enabling us to scale. And another side note that I wanted to mention is that, and I can't get too detailed about this, but we have recently developed the ability to actually manufacture GPUs. So we've taken consumer chips, a certain type of consumer chip, which I can't share the specific consumer chip, but we've taken a specific consumer chip. We're actually manufacturing these GPUs, and they are 4x faster than anywhere on the planet. And so and the benefit to that is not just on the finance side, because it's actually a bit more expensive to utilize these, but it provides such high performance that we're scaling and scaling and scaling. So we're really excited about that. And the reason is twofold. Number one, because we're in business. We're a for-profit business. But the other side of it is that the demand side of our business, the compute side of offering compute, this is the fuel. This is the spice if we were in Dune. And that aspect of our business is enabling us to tokenize our compute and to offer this to anyone to participate in the currency of the future. And this is sort of our more altruistic side of it, because we want everyone to be able to participate in the currency of the future and benefit from it. And we believe that this is how the people can really inform the AI space and how the people want it to be deployed and developed, so that the tools of the future, which will be our operating system, humanity's operating system in the future, will be able to have a say in how that happens, and will be able to participate in wealth and of the future. Because we all know that the standards of the past around wealth and finance, this is changing rapidly, and we have to get into present time with that.
Got it. Thank you so much for letting us know about those details. And yeah, well, at Nimble, we're also really working hard to work with different projects, right? And maybe we could talk more about it later. And next, I'm going to bring the question to Alex. Well, recently we actually noticed that Nimble has received some great numbers, right, in terms of the actually over 10 million Nimble tokens. Wow, occurred, and also nearly 20 million AI transactions completed. That's a lot. And we definitely would like to know what's next. What are the other more plans for Nimble, and how does Nimble plan to build on the success? Thank you.
Yeah. We're actually close to 20 million AI transactions completed. About I think 18.7 or so. But it's been growing so fast that it's going to surpass that by the end of the week. I'm pretty sure of that. And then the Nimble tokens. I mean, this is the currency that we use. Just like Doug was mentioning for Exabits as well. But in a tokenized fashion for us, having a Nimble token to reward the miners being active on the network. And yeah, I mean, next up, the notebook. That's it, the back end is done. UI is almost ready. So once that's deployed, and it's all game on. We're putting all the partnerships to work, all the potential partnerships that we've worked on a token in Korea to actually try to leverage the notebook itself. We were in talks with some AI startups, basically coming with the data, then build them. Also, we want to build like our own specific kind of, let's call them like a model-ish. I mean, not like a language model, but like a model of an agent. So people can come in, maybe add on, just slightly add on, and then fork it into like an AI agent to deploy, right? So then this way you do have AI agents that are created with as little work as possible, and then more and more complex ones coming in. So we build this ecosystem all across Nimble, because the thesis is cool, right? You have the tools, you can scale and match the demand and supply side of things. So like GPU, demand being AI transactions, and then demand for GPU, and sorry, it was AI transactions versus like the GPU compute power that you need to solve these AI tasks, and then the marketplace, right? The hub, what we call the AI agent hub. So being able to deliver that end to end is basically the goal. Kind of like what Doug was saying in terms of scalability as well. Doug, actually, I have questions for you in terms of like how you think somebody, like how little is it feasible to start with in terms of GPU compute to be able to scale up? Since you were talking about this idea of maybe accessing more wealth, in a very different way than our ancestors, so to speak, did.
Yeah. So so you're asking, like, are you asking how we can scale compute to be accessible on a higher level, on a more mass level?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, well, okay. So I'm going to come back a little bit from what I said in the beginning of the call. I think ultimately the trick is, how do we leverage AI ready data center compute, and then how do we leverage that, and then also this idea about decentralized compute, and I think that comes with continuing to build into this direction, because ultimately we're in a world where if we can harness all the world's NVIDIA RTX 4090s, for example, consumer GPUs, and if we can cluster those in a way that would be useful for AI, then we've solved a massive problem. And so that's the future. Like, if that was a reality today, that's what Exabits would be focused on. We would be focused on a literal decentralized, geolocated, decentralized compute platform. But the reason why that we're focused on AI ready data centers at this time is because that is what is required for AI. And a combination of that and offering the currency of the future as something that anyone has access to, we feel like that combination is a part of the independent, decentralized AI mission. But ultimately, we need to continue to support, like Nimble is. We need to continue to support our developers. We need to continue to support the cost-effective methods of AI developers being able to build in AI. Otherwise, again, we're leaving this up to the oligarchs. We're leaving this up to the giants, to the Google, to Meta, to OpenAI, to control the space. And so Nimble is on an incredible mission of independent AI that we highly support. In fact, we just to plug, we're doing a DAI day at Permissionless in Salt Lake City in a couple weeks, and your CEO Anthony is going to be one of our main speakers, and it's this mission that we're excited. Yep.
Yeah, please continue. Yeah, we're very excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so, but in terms of scaling, it's like we have to keep building. We have to keep these partnerships active, and we have to keep spreading the word. I think one of the things as a marketer, and Alex and I, we think in context of stories, right? And we realize that the way to communicate a message is through a story. That's an age-old, through the span of human existence, has been the way that we do this. So I think one of the things that I'm focused on, and that with the Independent AI Institute, which is launching, the Independent AI Institute, which is throwing the DAI Day in Permissionless, the mission is to tell this story of independent AI versus centralized AI. And I think we need to continue and to collaborate and partner as marketers, partner as storytellers to telling the story, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and where things are headed in a way that is digestible to the masses. And so that's a big thing that that is on my mind and that's on my mission.
That is just very nice. Thank you so much, Doc, for letting us know about that. And super exciting, regarding the upcoming event in Salt Lake City, right? And I know that, is that tomorrow, Exabit also going to have a space event?
We're having a spaces actually in a couple hours. We have a spaces
today.
at 11 PST, and really excited. So Exabits, so myself and our business development lead Russ are going to be speaking on behalf of Exabits. Ken DeCross, who's the CEO of Wire.network, which is a whole nother rabbit hole that we can talk about. Mike Anderson, one of the co-founders of 6079. And then I'm forgetting. Ron, the co-founder of Theoric AI, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with Theoric, but they are developing at a very, 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 very fast rate an AI agent platform that I think that there's a partnership in order with you guys with Theoric. I think you guys would have a potential integration that would be amazing. So in a couple at 11 PST, we would love you guys to chime in as well if you guys are around.
Got it. Thank you so much for letting us know about that. Yes, right now we're in Asian time zone, so you might be a bit late for
Time
us.
for bed.
Yeah, but we'll maybe bring our account over there to listen to the AMA session. That is just awesome. Thanks so much, Doc, for letting us know about the detailed information. And thank you too over here for joining us today and sharing valuable insights, right, into AI and decentralized way, right? That's definitely very exciting. And we also want to big shout out to our audience across the platform. I see that we are also being featured on the front page of Binance Live, and later I'm going to share a screenshot with you all in our group chat. Let's continue to explore and build the future of decentralized AI together. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure to be here. I'm down anytime to talk with you guys. I love our shared mission, and I'm just really pumped for the future, guys.
Thank you. See you
Thanks,
later
Doug.
at the space. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm going to close our backstage over here. Okie dokie. Ooh, let me see. I am going to bring Lee's banner right here. And once again, thank you all for joining us today. Yeah, we got quite a few audience from different platforms, from our Nimble's Twitter handles, was our Binance Live channel, and our YouTube channel. Thank you so much all. I'm going to play some ending music to wrap this up. Thank you.